Looks like the MG's on its last legs again. It's only a 72 plate, so it's just under 3 years old. It's 3 years old in November 2025, 2 months from now, and it's due its first MOT then. So it's not even made it to its first MOT, but it's starting to have serious problems. Part of the problem is I do 40,000 miles a year, so after 3 years I'll have done 120,000 miles. I got this delivery mileage and it's now done 112, so I've done 112,000 miles in it, so I've had my money's worth. But when I turn it on, two engine management lights, you see those ones there? The amber lights which are in the shape of an engine. The two engine management lights are on, so don't really want to drive it. I'm due to pick Lord Bennington up this weekend. However, with the car in the shape it's in, I don't know if it's a good idea to pick him up in this. There's a video on the channel of when we broke down in Wales and we're stuck at the side of the road for an hour, and Lord Bennington didn't cope very well. And if I was to pick him up in this weekend and we broke down, I don't think he'd cope with that very well either. So if you just stand outside the car and listen to the engine, you'll hear it's making some unhealthy noises as well. Doesn't sound too good. It sounds like an overheating problem. I've had a couple of times where I broke down because of it overheating before. Never buy an MG, that would be my advice to you. I bought it because I wanted an SUV, because somebody told me that an SUV was safer for the kids because it's higher off the ground, and if there was an accident it would be safer. And so I bought an SUV. And I got this one because it was the cheapest on the market. I think it was, I wanted a new car as well because I need something reliable, because I do 40,000 miles a year. And the cheapest brand new SUV on the market was this one. I think I paid about 18 grand, which for a brand new SUV is quite cheap. It was somewhere between 18 and 20 grand. And I got it from delivery mileage, but if you look now, I've done about just a smidgen under 111,985 miles, just 15 miles below 112,000. And the car's not even 3 years old. Like I say, it was that my battery ran out there. So yeah, I bought it because it was the cheapest. I wanted a brand new SUV and that was the cheapest one that I could get. And also MG used to have quite a decent name. It was quite a good name back in the day, but they're manufactured in China now. Nothing against Chinese engineering, but it's not got the best rep, has it? So yeah, don't buy an MG. It's only 3 years old and it's just about had its day already. And you know, it's had that many things go wrong with it, but it was only a couple of months old, maybe 2-3 months old. One day it wouldn't start, and that should never happen with a car that's only, you know, with a car that's delivery mileage only 3 months after the production line. It should never be failing to start. It turns out it was a crankshaft sensor. And then that happened. That was an ongoing problem for the first couple of years. Eventually it was in the garage about 4 or 5 times to have a new crankshaft sensor. What else was going on? The oil pump went on it. One day I was driving along when the car was only about a year old, and I had to, the oil warning light kept on coming on. And it transpired that I needed a new oil pump as well. And then the subframe went on it. The MG dealership weren't really that great either. The MG dealership where I got the car, they don't have a lot of room on the forecourt. So when the last time I put the car into service, they parked it out on the street. And when I got the car back, There was parts of the car that had been damaged and vandalised that weren't like that when I put the car in for service. And the garage didn't take responsibility for it because it happened whilst the car was parked out on the street. However, you know, if you put a car in for service and they're going to have the car a week, and I mean that's what I did when I was on holiday in Ireland. I put the car into the garage for the week, and every night they parked it out on the street. And you know, my attitude is, if you're a garage and you take a customer's car in for a week, you're responsible for what happens to the car in that week. Yes, the car was parked out on the street when it happened, but the car was still within their care. It should have been parked on their premises. And if they don't have enough room to do that, then I suggest they get bigger premises. Anyway, I'm just a bit frustrated, but ran over. MG away, try and get repaired. Boy says he doesn't know what's wrong with it yet, so just need to wait and see. Just need to see what happens.